Time to start our second episode, our men's episode of the SIUE Basketball Coaches Show. Please welcome back our head men's basketball coach, Brian Baroni. There's a couple of things that we've talked about so many times, and one of them is putting yourself in a position to be playing meaningful games at this point in the season. And with two weeks left of the regular season, obviously, this team is right in the hunt for the top of the conference, and that's important to be recognized.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that you're working on for us the last, 5-6 years. And you want to be in a position right now to have an opportunity to sit there and say, okay, if we win this game, we have an opportunity to win the next game and control what we want to do.
Yep.
We talked about it as a staff. We talked about it as a team. It's a one day at a time mindset, and we've been talking about that. We have to be better today, in order to win on Thursday. So your Mondays, your Tuesdays, your Wednesdays help you win on Thursday. But we also know what's ahead of us, and it's exciting. It doesn't always happen. Even really good teams don't have an opportunity down the stretch. So we're not going to act like it's not in front of us, but it doesn't change what you have to do. You have to do one day at a time. You have to keep your focus the right way. And there's so many things that are out of your control that are going to happen these next 2 weeks. One of which is weather, snowstorm, and you just kind of take what's in front of you and you get better. And as long as you're better coming out of the day, like even last Thursday, we didn't win, but we got better. And we got better through learning what not to do or how to react in certain situations. So as long as this team keeps doing that, we'll just see where this thing goes.
The other thing that you say a lot, and I know that you share this with your team, is that when there is something to be recognized for, when there is something worth noting, you will celebrate that. Mm-hmm. So specifically, I'm talking about an 11th win in the OVC, which happened on Saturday, guarantees this team a winning record in the Ohio Valley Conference, something worth celebrating and something worth noting. Yeah,
I think that, Coach Crean, when I was at Marquette in Indiana, Andrew Gavin when I'm at Green Bay, you celebrate the successes because they're hard. It's hard to win a basketball game. It's hard to have success, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. And especially when you're the first to ever do it, mm-hmm. So I want our guys to be recognized, not because hey, look at us, we're so great or anything like that. It's we want to recognize our guys for the work that they put in for the years prior to this. So, yeah, you have first time in school history, you have a winning record in conference in the OVC. You have 3 back-to-back, guaranteed winning seasons. You're in another conference tournament already. It's fun to have people talking about booking Evansville
right
already for us right now, and it's hard to do that. And it's not something that I take lightly by any means. So heck yeah, I want to give our guys credit because I care about them a lot and they put a lot of effort into this thing.
You mentioned already when we were talking about getting better and coming out of the day better, but the thing that I've also noticed, or the thing that I've talked about a lot, is when you take a game like Thursday, which is a tough result to have at home against UT Martin, this team has taken those opportunities and they've responded in the right way. And again, oftentimes with a short turnaround, because that's what it is. That's the reality of life in the OVC is if you have a tough night Thursday, you better put it behind you, figure out a way to do better Saturday. You've done that now twice in the last couple of weeks, and the response has been there both times.
Yeah, it's great. You walk into it's nice going into, it's not nice going into the locker room after you lose, all right? But it is nice to walk in and you don't have to do much. Mm-hmm. Like I walk in there, and of course I want to, yell to just make myself feel better, which makes no sense, but I still do it sometimes. But to be able to have a matter-of-fact conversation about the frustration of the game, and then also the next day you go in there. We watched the film that night as a staff. You wake up the next day, and I'm just itching to get back to the court, not for any reason other than that's your fix, right? Yep. That's how you get rid of that other feeling that you have. And 10 times out of 10 times with this team, you walk out to that court and you remember because you're getting better, you're trying to make some adjustments, but you feel better. And every day you go to the team with the court with this team, which has been a luxury. I'm excited to get to the court. Sometimes you got a little bit more urgency, a little bit more like we got to do this, we got to fix this. But after Thursday, our guys were locked in, and you're able to go in there and say, okay, here's how we're going to beat Tennessee State, and here's why we didn't beat Tennessee Martin. And we kind of do that. We're in a routine, and it worked out. So hopefully we don't have to. I like teaching after wins better than losses, but you still have to teach.
So you obviously a tough trip coming up, and we've already talked about the fact that it's going to be a trip that is now already something that is a little bit unique, where you're going to go an extra day ahead of time because of the weather conditions, but you're going into Morehead State. When you look at it on paper, Morehead State, yeah, they've lost a few in a row, but now you realize you're going to be facing a somewhat desperate Morehead State team that's coming back home, and they're going to be probably hungrier than they were maybe previously to get a win on Thursday.
Yeah, I've watched their last several games, and they were 8-1 coming into our place,
Yep.
and it was a nasty game. I mean, it was like there was a foul every 30 seconds, there was missed shots, missed free, it was a defensive game. And we ended up pulling away, and I think they're obviously 8-2 at that point. We kind of moved on, and we've been right with each other in the standings for a little bit. And they've lost a couple tough ones, but they've hit some teams that are pretty hot.
Yep.
One team shot 65% from the field. It was just like one of those days where that they're itching to get back to the court and get an opportunity to play us. There's no doubt about it. You look at it, you win again. You have a tiebreaker against them. So if something were to happen and you end up tying them in some capacity, that's a huge game for us. It's hard to go down there and win. I think there's only been a few wins over there, like historically.
Yep.
So we want to get down there. We talked about that. And then we just want to, continue to, take this. This is a long road trip now.
Yep.
And this is different. Southern Indiana plays 7:30 night games. No one else in the league does. All right. So now we're driving our furthest, game of the year away. After the last trip, that was after a Tuesday, Thursday long trip. We had some fans in the locker room, as you know, hanging out with us in the locker room during the tornado. So, we were laughing about it as a team today, obviously with Ray and Dez. I sat there and you said, hey, there's nothing that a schedule change hasn't happened to us
Right.
over the years. I'm bringing it up. 19 game in 32 days. You're welcome, OVC. And SIUE and the shares that we got, but that's what this team has done. So it's fun to be able to reference that, and you go into practice saying, "Hey guys, we're probably going to leave in a couple hours. Get your stuff ready. Let's roll." So we're excited, though. I mean, if you don't enjoy your team, all right, you're trying to figure out a way to not go tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Today we're just trying to figure out how to get there. Now, you might ask these guys coming up after me if they were trying to figure out how to not go tomorrow, but I'm excited.
Jordan has, but Declan hasn't been to Morehead State, so he doesn't have any frame of reference.
I don't think he has. Jordan has, and Jordan's ready to roll. Jordan Pickett, I thought last game was phenomenal in the first half. Some of the things he did without the ball, and then he makes a couple shots, but. He was so impactful. We saw today in film of what he did on some of the little things, and I was really proud of him because impact in the game is way more than just statistical, and it was very obvious today in film session. And I didn't CGI generate it just to make him feel good. Like he probably thinks the other ones I do sometimes when we're coaching through some things. And then Declan has just been an unbelievable spark for this team in terms of his leadership. I think one of the things that I had to do when you take a fifth-year guy, you have to give them grace for where they've been, almost as if you coach them, because after 4 years, you have to understand that you're not changing them in 9 months. You got to make them adjust. I got to adjust, but you have them for a reason. He's a 3-to-1 assist-turnover ratio almost at Winona State. They won a ton of games. He's a winner. He's a tough kid. So you have to give him almost as like that grandfathered in the success he had as if I coached him. And it took me a little bit to figure that out with him too, but I think this, people see the impact of both of those two that you guys are going to talk to here in a second on this team in particular, and it's been a joy to coach them.
Well, Coach, appreciate always you giving us the time on Mondays. I know the folks here at Global Brew appreciate it, and we will get to both Jordan Pickett and Declan Dillon coming up. So Coach, you're done for the night.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to
You
do
are
like
done.
9 dad things.
I have nothing left for you tonight. Let me put it that way.
You just call Mimi. She'll give you some things to give me.
No, I'll see you tomorrow on the bus.
All right, we'll be there.
Appreciate
I
it as always, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll have Jordan Pickett coming up next. We are pleased to welcome Jordan Pickett to the microphone. Welcome, Jordan, to Global Brew. His first visit here to our SIUE Basketball Coaches Show. We were talking a lot. I talked a lot with Ava Galuza about basketball in her family. You've got basketball, obviously, in your family. Your older brother was a Division I basketball player. What kind of influence did that have on you coming out of Belleville East?
It made me just like it made me really compete for somebody to chase after. I seen him put in the work, so I knew the script, and he was always there to like teach me what to do. If you let him tell it, he'll say that he was just trying to be a great example to me, and I 100% believe that. I just believe we come from a great family that just gave me a brother to be a great role model. So at that point, it was just easy. I was just trying to follow everything he did and try to top that.
You played at Belleville East, as I mentioned. The Southwestern Conference is a great basketball league that probably most folks in this room know about night in and night out. How much do you think that prepared you, playing in that conference, playing against some of the teams that you did? How much did that prepare you to play D1 basketball?
I feel like it prepared me to play a greatly amount because that conference just has a lot of guys who come and go play beyond high school basketball, just such as a guy named Caleb Rich. That was one of my teammates in AAU, but you see where he at now, and it's just every year it's guys coming out of that conference. So I just feel like it's going to strengthen you for sure.
Was it important to you to be able to go somewhere that you were close to home, or was it just that SIUE was the right fit?
I wouldn't even say it was really about being close to home. It was just SIUE was a great fit. Like it was just perfect to be here. So it was really that simple.
What was that process like when you're talking about coming to a relatively young Division I institution, again, I'm sure that essentially you were basically having to buy into a vision of what was to come here?
It honestly wasn't that hard. Coach B recruited, and he recruited well, and I seen everything that he said. I seen Ray. I seen how they was building things. So it was really just easy to buy in, and I just trusted, and it's going good so far.
What was the transition from high school to college like for you?
It was challenging. It was challenging. I'd be lying if I said it was easy, but you just gotta figure out like what works for you and how you can be effective and just like that. But yeah.
Did you have routines? Again, that was something that Ava said, that she's kind of figured out like what those routines look like and what those, whether it's game day or travel day. Do you have those routines kind of that you've settled into now?
Yeah. I try not to be too strict up on myself, so I don't be so uptight when I play. But yeah, my brother, I really just try to follow the same game plan that he did. Get up in the morning and work out. And our father, he woke up early, and he always was up at like 4 or 5 a.m. So it's just something that's installed us to be the first one up. So on a daily basis, I try to get up really early and get to work. But yeah, I try to follow the script while I'm here. But on the road, I'm just living. On the road, I'm living.
Coach Baroni mentioned this, and he said that when he was looking specifically at the Tennessee State game, and I've said this for several times on broadcast, that your ability to come in, and sometimes it is a 2-minute stretch here, a 3-minute stretch here, and affect the game, whether it's a big three, whether it's coming back to make an assist or to make a big stop, you have that ability to make an impact on the game the instant that you come on the floor, which I can't imagine is easy. Coming off the bench, it takes a lot of focus. But how do you attribute that you're able to impact the game, whenever you're called upon?
Really just staying ready every day in practice. I just try to go as hard as I can, and just, honestly, I don't know. I just be out there playing, and however it happens, and I just be trying to have fun playing, because the moment you're not having fun, it just you will not perform. So if you're having fun doing it, it's pretty easy. So I just go out there and just try to have fun doing it and help my teammates winning.
Are there teammates that you feel like either that you want to emulate, that you want to be like, or are there teammates that you feel like have really kind of been a big part of you as you've transitioned into college and then ultimately from your freshman year to your sophomore year?
Yeah, I try to learn a lot because even though this is my second year, I'm still like the youngest guy on the team. So from each person on the team, I try to learn something from them and take a part of it away. Like I learned from Deck. He been here. I've been here longer than him, but I still try to learn from him. I just try to learn and take something from everybody on the team so I can be myself and, just be who I can be when it's all said and done.
What do you like about the way this team is assembled or the makeup of this team right now as it is?
I really like this team because honestly, it feels like real like brothers. So like I grew up with all brothers. Like honestly, I feel like I'm playing with a bunch of dudes I can seriously call my brother. So it's just like it's like fun to play. You actually like playing for somebody that you really care about. So I just feel like we all willing to put it all on the line. So it's easy and it's fun to play for this team.
It's one thing, and when you see it and I hear a lot of coaches say it, talk about a family or talk about making it a family or being part of a family. And obviously that is a huge part of what Coach Baroni talks about, but it means something here, doesn't it?
No, it definitely does. And we talk about that every day. We call each other brothers, and I feel like we truly mean it. I don't feel like it's just something that we just say just to get up and say, but I feel like we honestly mean it. I feel like we're a family.
There is a real connectivity. I feel it with this particular year's team, even more than I've felt in a lot of years. There's a connection there that it's hard to describe, really.
Yeah, it definitely is. Any one of my teammates can get on me, and I can get on them, and we're going to hold each other accountable. And I feel like that's how you make a strong unit right there, and it's that way all the way 1 through 15.
You mentioned that you're one of the younger players, but you also are obviously in your second year. Do you feel like you have anything or that you're being a leader to any of the younger players or the new players that have come into the team?
Yeah. I was told that I'm just a natural leader, so I just try to let that be me. I don't really try to shy away from it. So if I feel that it's something that I see or I might be right about or I feel, I'm not really afraid to let it be known. So it doesn't matter if it's an older guy or younger guy. I just feel like it needs to be said, so I say it. So sometimes I am. Sometimes I am.
Do you have a favorite arena, whether it's in the league or a non-conference game? Any of your favorites come to mind?
I really like Southern Indiana, so thank God we playing them soon. I really like Southern Indiana. Yeah, Southern Indiana pretty cool. I kind of like the arena a lot, so I'd say that.
Any non-conference trips? Some of obviously this year started Indiana, Illinois. What about going into big arenas like that?
I'll say last year we played Mizzou. It was just a different experience for me because my brother played 4 years there. So it was really cool just to be in reverse this time because he was at the game and he was in the stands. And for so long I was just in middle school watching him play there. So it was just cool just to be in reverse and being on the court this time. And yeah, so I'd say Mizzou was one. Mizzou was one for sure.
How much do they follow along with what's going on right now with SIUE?
They're all the way there. They at every home game. Can't really miss them. So, I mean, yeah, that's one of the biggest things about being here. Like my family here, and they my heart for real. So it's amazing to have them at every game, every home game.
Sometimes that's a little bit of a different pressure, that playing in front of your family and especially doing it at the college level. You haven't felt that kind of. Haven't felt that it's a pressure, is Mike?
I mean, it definitely is a pressure. Just being so close to home, like random people can just that from back home could say they're gonna come to the game and they need you to perform this, that, and third. But I don't know. I really like it though. Like I really like being home. That my people can come to the game. That anybody I know can come to the game. But it's not too much pressure for me. I feel like it's just right.
Final thing for you: how special is it knowing that each win, like we talked about, that 11th win means it's the first winning season. You've already got more wins in the OVC than this program has ever had. As Coach B said, it's 3 straight winning seasons now for the first time. All of these things that are historical, all these markers that you're a part of. How proud are you of that?
Nah, I'm seriously proud of that because I'm a big history guy. Like I love history about anything, and one thing like I always wanted to do was be a part of history. So just being part of this team and knowing that we have the opportunity and the chance to make history is something that's like very important to me. Like it's just very important to know that you can do something and leave a stand to where one day you can come back and say, this was my team, we was part of that. And that's something I never got to do before. Like in high school, we never won like a state championship or anything like that. But I feel like this year is the year that we can, really make something happen and just really leave your mark and say you was part of this team and be history, part of history.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Jordan. Thanks for taking some time tonight, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. Jordan Pickett with us here tonight. One more segment. Declan Dillon is coming right up. Declan Dillon with us, our final segment here tonight. Welcome, Declan, to our SIUE Basketball Coaches Show. We get to chat a lot off air, so this will be fun for us to have a chance to do it on air. Like a lot of our guests, a basketball family for you as well. Coach mentioned that you played 4 years at Winona State, a Division II up in Minnesota.
Yep.
You did so with your twin brother.
Yep.
Both of you opted to take the grad year. He transfers to Bradley. You come to SIUE. What was that process like? Was there a conversation of, we need to go to the same place? We're going to go separate? He went back home. Peoria is home for you. You come to SIUE. How did that all play out?
Like you said, we definitely talked about it, like, because we had, from high school, we started off playing with each other, and then obviously we played 4 years in college together. And, like, I've always been, like, a point guard, and he's always been the combo guard, so he's always been out there, and it's just been, he's just always been out there, like,
Yep.
And I've always been able to, like, find him and stuff. So, like, we thought about doing our 5th year together. Like, I had the opportunity to maybe walk on over at Bradley. And I actually went to Bradley on a Monday, and then I took my visit to SIUE on a Tuesday, and I ultimately decided on SIUE. So, yeah.
What was what's the reason? What was it about SIUE that you thought, okay, I'm going to take the chance here, and I'm going to do it opposite of my brother?
Yeah, like, it was tough, like, right away. Like, I obviously wanted to play with him and stuff, but like, I kind of figured, like, what was going to happen at Bradley, and Baroni, like, he, like, truly valued me as a player, and, like, I believed in him. So, yeah.
4 years at Winona State, last 2 years as a starter. You come here with a ton of experience, but you also come here as the new guy.
Yeah.
How is that when you have a lot to offer, but also I'm the new guy?
Yeah, like, I like it. Like Coach said, like, I'm still a leader out there, and whether I'm playing 40 minutes a game or 5 minutes a game, like, I'm going to give it my all, and I'm always going to be there to support my guys because, like, they'll have my back, so I'm just always going to be there for them.
It's very much like we were talking about with Jordan. I feel like, you obviously a guy coming off the bench, but a guy that is going to be ready and going to impact the game, whether it's, hey, I've got to play a little bit more this half, or, hey, I'm going to get in a couple of possessions, but I'm going to make it worth it. Where does that come from?
Like, the reps. Like, I feel like obviously I have experience and stuff, but just, like, working on my ball handling stuff has, like, really, like, improved my game a lot, and just, like, having a good feel for the game. I just feel like I bring a lot to the table, like spraying the ball around to my guys and stuff, and just experience. Yeah. Was
there a big difference? You were at a successful Division II program, like I said, a ton of experience. Was it literally like, oh man, this is a world of difference, or hey, I'm going to get used to this, and this is basketball?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
Yeah, just the difference, like coming from a strong Division II to Division I. What was the transition like?
I wouldn't say like that big of a difference. I feel like the league I played in like kind of prepared me for the OVC. Like, the NSIC is a really good league, and like, honestly, I don't like, some teams can play in the NSIC or the OVC that are from the NSIC, and just like, that's prepared me for this.
Are you able to make yourself whether it's a vocal leader, a lead by example kind of guy, are you able to impart your wisdom, I guess?
Yeah, I'd say like I'm kind of a shy guy, but like when I'm out there on the court and stuff, I feel like I bring a lot of energy, and like basketball really brings it out for me. Like, just doing whatever it takes to just get my guys going out there and to win. Honestly, like I'm a winner, and like I want to win games. So, yeah.
So coming in here and obviously, like I said, deciding to make that move to SIUE, was there part of that look at what this program is doing? And like Jordan said, he's a history guy. He wants to be part of something. And these first and these milestones that this program is achieving, was there something to that?
Yeah, of course. Like, I knew that they had two fifth-year guys, Dez and Ray, and I know what I've played against them before, and I know that they're obviously really good players. And, yeah, I wanted to be a part of history, like Pickett said, and I feel like I could help them out. So, yeah.
How have you enjoyed the Ohio Valley Conference? Whether it's travel, whether it's any of the, some of them aren't cities,
Yeah.
but some of the stops that we've made in the OVC.
I've liked it. I'd say I had longer road trips when I was at Winona. I had a couple 9-hour road trips to Minot State, which is right near Canada. So I haven't really. It's not really a difference, but I mean I like being on the road with the guys. I feel like we have a good thing going, and yeah.
There is something to being on the road that can bring a team together, isn't there?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like on Wednesday nights, we've started recently, we're doing Bible study, and I feel like that's bringing a lot of stuff out that we can talk about just as growing men, and just talking about our faith is good.
It is hard. Again, I said this. It's hard to describe the connectivity that I even see on this team between the teammates.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Pickett said, we really are brothers. And I've had that at my previous school and stuff, but doing a Bible study, I've never done that anywhere, and I don't know. I just feel like that really brings out a lot from anyone. And
something that came up organically, or was it intentional?
Yeah, Miles Thompson brought it up to the team, and I know a lot of guys are serious about their faith and stuff, and it's just good to talk about it as a team. So.
You were at Peoria Notre Dame in high school. You were also a 4-year soccer player.
Yep.
Was there a decision coming out of high school, soccer or basketball?
No, I always loved playing soccer, but I always basketball was always my favorite. So I was going to do basketball in college.
You have a younger brother that plays Division I basketball. He
Yep.
is at Belmont right now, of course, a former Ohio Valley Conference member. Do you get a chance to see him play much? Probably not in person, right?
No, he's actually redshirting this year, so yeah. But yeah, he'll be prepared for next year, hopefully.
How much do you guys chat? Yourself, Connor's your twin that's at Bradley. How much do the three of you chat about your experiences, about basketball, or just in general?
Yeah, my brothers mean a lot to me. I always try to FaceTime them every day and stuff, just check on Owen and Connor and just see how they're doing and stuff. But we talk about basketball every day. I ask how Owen's been doing. I know he's trying to get stronger for his next year, and Connor's actually dealing with a back injury, so he got a shot today and to get his back feeling better and stuff. So I was just checking in on him and seeing how he's doing.
So your younger brothers have, or I should say your other brothers, your younger brother and Connor, they would have met, but not if Owen is redshirting. They didn't play against each other.
Yeah, no, they didn't get to play
But they're in
against
the
each
same
other.
league.
But yeah, they actually they got to see each other a couple times this year.
How much are you looking forward to just these kind of the final 4 regular season games? And obviously there's tournament to come, but the kind of culmination of your basketball journey.
Yeah, these 4 games mean a lot. I know the last 2 that we have are going to be super important,
Huge,
but
yep.
These 2 are just as important, and I hope we can get them all because it mean a lot going into the tournament.
Well, Declan, I think that I speak for a lot of folks when it's been fun to watch you have this 5th year here at SIUE and be a part of what this program is building, and I appreciate you taking some time tonight.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Declan Dillon with us here, with us at our SIUE Basketball Coaches Show. We will be here next Monday, and that's scheduled right now for our final show. We may add a show, not sure yet, but for sure we're here next Monday, right back in this room. So thank you all for coming out, braving the cold. Be safe the rest of this week, and hopefully lots more wins to come.